Geelong Small Business Excellence Awards, or Business Excellence Awards, should I say, on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce, with another 10 or 11 people in the room.
Yeah.
Quietly reading 60 or 70 entries. That was interesting. There's some great businesses that I just did not know existed, and then you read about them and think, wow, where have they been hidden?
And that's why people should enter business awards, because it's a great way to get exposure. And if you're lucky enough to be a finalist, you utilise it. But the big event this week was the Commonwealth Games that are no longer on. And boy, has that stirred the Geelong community up. But I guess it's happened. We can't look back. It's just look forward.
Yep, it's one of those things that we all said, how are we going to do this in 4 years? Well, now we know we can't. So anyway, we move on.
All right, so today's guest.
So today's guest is somebody that you've worked with a number of times. Yeah. We've done a little bit of work when I was at the Ocean Grove Chalet.
Yes.
And Milo Ristic, is that correct, Milo? Thank you.
Close enough.
Sorry, my apologies.
No,
and Milo does all sorts of videography, but we'll get Milo to explain what he does. So welcome, Milo.
Thank you. Good to see you guys again, and great to be on your program.
And to make it even trickier for us today is Milo, because Milo does video, is videotaping our podcast. So where we normally hide just behind our microphones, today we're actually on camera. So this is going to be even more interesting. So Bill, tell us about Milo. And
well, I first met Milo when I moved down to Geelong some 6 or 7 years ago, because he is a great networker. You get around to all the community events and to all the business events. And you've actually produced 3 videos for myself, which is good. And I know, Mark, you appeared in one of those videos.
Yep.
And I know that Milo has a great reputation for the work he does. So I thought it'd be a good idea to interview Milo today. And it was his idea to do the video. So I'm looking forward to that.
So Milo, let's start right back at the beginning. Where did you go to primary school?
Oh, where did I go to primary school? It's a place called Split, which is on the Adriatic coast, which is today is Croatia, and I was born in a country that doesn't exist anymore, which was called Yugoslavia. So it's a place size of Geelong in terms of population, and it's a central place for that part of the Adriatic coast. It's very popular recently with holiday makers, and yeah.
So and then you went to high school, or what's the education system? How does it work?
Yes, the primary is 8 years and the high school is 4 years, and then after that I started the uni, and in between of that was 1 year of compulsory army service, 12 months. Yes.
So were you were in the army?
Conscripted?
Yes. So that was for all men,
Yeah.
In that time.
You haven't got any medals on your jacket?
No, it was that was in peaceful time, and I was cook actually. So.
Oh, there you go.
So that was useful later in life. So then was the uni, and then the war started soon after that, and then that took me to Serbia, to Belgrade, to Novi Sad, where my oldest son was born, and then in '98 I emigrated to Australia.
Well, big journey. Big
journey.
Scary times in your life living there?
Oh, yeah, absolutely, yeah. I was avoiding one war and the other one, and it was, but I was not involved in any activities there, so I tried to do my own thing, and yeah. So.
Still got family?
Still got family there, yeah.
Do you get back often?
I got, roughly around every 4 or 5 years I get a chance to go. Yeah.
And very much a tourist destination.
Yes, it is, especially where I was born, and the other part when in Serbia it's more known for the food and nightlife.
Yeah, that's fantastic, fantastic.
So Milo, when you were doing those final years of studies in uni there, did you have any ambition or thought of what you'd be doing afterwards?
No, I had no idea actually that I would do this later in life, but I was studying machine engineering because that's what my parents wanted. And
we hear that a lot. Parents want something.
Yes, I was more interested in hospitality, tourism, travel, and things like that. But there was interest from early days in storytelling, in moving image, and my dad took me to his work and introduced me to Photographer Day, who gave me a short course in photography. But yeah, video was always sort of my first love. Yeah.
And what got you into it? What got you into video?
So as I had a sort of entrepreneurial spirit early, and before overseas too, I would start a business, and I was so whatever I do, I will try to use video, even back then, to market whatever I was doing. And then coming to Australia, I started another course, Diploma of Science, and during that course there was a module called Scientific Software Applications, where I got to learn Excel, spreadsheets and everything, and it was my first contact with computers. So that was 98, 99, and then decided to buy my first computer, and luckily I think I chose a Mac. It was just those iMacs with the different colors just introduced, and I thought, wow, you can do video digitally, and that's it. From then on, in mid-course I knew it. I'm not going to be in chemistry or in science. I'm going to do this.
So you started your business around then?
I started business in Geelong in it was one iteration in 2001, but under this name in 2003.
So 20 years.
20 years this year, that's right.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
And the obvious question, Mio, why should business owners use video?
Oh, the obvious way, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, there's so many reasons. It's probably the most important one with today, if we're talking about marketing, is if you need to be found, and with YouTube and being part of Google, so the story of SEO starts there. And if you use a video on your website, Google ranks your website much higher. So that's one thing. But the other things like personalization, people want to know who it is, not just brochure or which is a website, but they want to know the person behind the business, why you do it, and things like that.
Talking about, you've obviously done a lot of videos in your time. What's the biggest disaster you've had whilst doing a video?
Okay.
He may not want to admit to this. But
We've admitted to our disasters. It's all right. Yeah.
Well, it was maybe a disaster, maybe avoided, because I'm big on the backups and backup equipment, and often sometimes not as backup of people. So that was I was filming a 2 days conference in Melbourne in Langham Hotel, and had 2 people, freelancers, organized to come to do camera work. And as I was pulling in Langham's driveway, car park, somewhere like 8 a.m. for setup for 8:30 start, I'm calling my main camera guy to see where is he parking, and it was a long ringing. I said, "Where are you?" And he said, "Oh I'm still in bed. I'm in Torquay." So
that's not good.
That's not good. So yeah, there was a bit scrambling there and multitasking. He got there around lunchtime, and it was a happy ending. But yes, I'm big on a backup and extra equipment, and you have to be in this business,
So what sort of some of the things you do? What sort of video?
So basically, all videos are what is for business and serving their marketing efforts. So that can be doing a series of videos, what I call evergreen videos, that you're going to spread across your website, across different pages, and have your visitors to your website engaged. They stay longer. The longer they stay, the more likely they buy. But also that's events. We do lots of events, and then again using that for marketing purposes, because events are so underutilized. You know, you go to the fishbowl with the business cards, you put so much effort in it, and so much stuff and hours, and then after that you just got the fishbowl with cards. So yes, we can produce 5, 10, 15 or more videos from just one event. Yeah.
And what's some of the events that you've done?
I would just mention the APCO service stations. We've been producing their award nights for many years, and Chamber of Commerce, we did Small Business Smart Business years ago. There was 16 videos with Liz Grant when she was working there, and lots of the seminars, workshops, events.
Do you do weddings and things? Or
I used to do when I was starting,
Yep.
but for about the last 7-8 years I haven't done.
So you just stick to business?
I stick to business side.
Probably less stressful.
It is, it was. Yeah, there was they avoids disasters avoided. There, a few times was still tape, and that was, you don't know what you got until you get home, import the footage, and then you say, okay, sigh of relief, okay, everything's.
So with being 20 years in the business, you will have seen huge change in the whole. It would have been on VHS tape or beta tape.
Yeah, exactly. VHS tape. Yeah, when I was starting out, then was something called digital coming, a digital tape, and might be a disc, and then. Before even DVD, it was a CD, and you were faking. They were putting video CD, faking on a CD. You would put the video, and then came the DVD, and then Apple and iTunes, and changed the whole story, and the digital files, and yes, MP3.
So the equipment
MP4.
today that you use, which up here filming, is that smaller, more compact, better than what you were using with VHS tape 20 years ago?
Of course, it's better. The size is not that important. It is the file that it's recording. It's high definition file. Before was standard definition, so you can't compare it. I mean, remember just to compare with TV, what you were looking, it was 4:3, and grainy. If you put that footage now on the current TVs, it would be grainy and not really watchable. And now it's widescreen, 69. It's you can jam more pixels in it, so the picture is more quality.
So Mio, you're telling me that my black and white TV out in the lounge room is no longer relevant? Is that what you're telling me?
Huh? Sorry, Bill.
I think
my my 12-inch.
There were lots of those.
Those on top of the fridge. Yeah.
So Mio, it strikes me then that data storage is a huge part of your business.
It is, and especially when you do conferences like that and you're filming, and you can have 16 hours of footage maybe one day, and then you got cards, and my car like 64 gigabytes, and then you have to wrangle them, so you got extra person there just to wrangle the cards and copy them on the fly right there on the spot, and wipe the card, put on, because yes, the system that I work with has got big cards, and they are expensive, so yeah.
So and when you you obviously edit it yourself, and you've got editing software, etc. Where do you store all that then? Do you cloud store it, or do you hard drive store it, or what?
Hard drives, yes, and solid state drives, and so goes first import on a hard drive when you go off the cards, and then copy the cards, and then import the files on the other hard drives, and then you do another backup of your cards. Hard drive with cards, another backup, and then you store that outside of your office. So you can lose cameras or stuff, but you cannot lose the footage. That's
And how long do you store your files for? Because I assume some companies might say, "Oh, well, you filmed this 3 years ago. Can you?"
Exactly. I've got. Way by more than 10 years, basically.
Wow, that's a lot of data.
I'm just passionate about that. You never know when someone is going to need it, and but you can need, for example, a little video that I produced for for us for this Geelong Small Business Festival, and there was a footage there that was filmed years ago that I used, to support the talking head,
So what's your filing system like? How do you find all that?
It's not that it's got mostly named by projects, so
just do a search and
it's not.
Tell me, it's obviously you see a lot of videos on a daily basis, and you see some that have obviously cost hundreds of thousands of dollars and are very what I call slick presentations.
Yeah.
I'm a great believer, and they're the ones that I believe sell the sizzle and not the steak. Now, I'm a great believer in selling the steak. So, what do you think the effectiveness is, sort of flashy quality, high production value versus just the simple message that gets across and rings true with people?
That's an excellent question, and connects with a question that Mark asked earlier about equipment and the difference before and after. More important than the flashy, expensive productions or equipment is the story, and the message that you are going to convey to your audience. And before that, it starts with a strategy, with the purpose of your brand, the purpose of that video, and then goes to who is your audience, and then you craft the message according to that, and then you come with the storytelling there. So
good.
So
and on the 2nd of August, you're running a session for the Small Business Festival here in Geelong.
Yeah.
Do you want to, if I come along to that, what lesson will what will I take away from that?
The main lesson, the main idea is to educate mainly small businesses, but businesses in general, because it's still huge misconception about YouTube and how you can use it in business, and how YouTube is different from other platforms that have video, and it's different than all of them. And it's so important for the reasons I mentioned earlier. So that's what you're going to learn, the importance of YouTube, how you can use it in your business, how you can use it strategically, and then with how you can use AI or ChatGPT and to streamline your video production, or even to remove the barriers before, because many businesses say, what I'm going to say, we address that in a video marketing strategy session, but many want to do themselves, and it's not sustainable for many businesses to have professional do all of their videos. So this would be very, very useful for anyone, because video is everywhere. I mean, look at social media, websites,
So you mentioned ChatGPT and AI. How does that play in what you do?
It plays throughout. Yes, ChatGPT is big one, for example, in the ideation process, So once you did your strategy right, and you know who is your target audience, then ChatGPT will help you to come up with the ideas, and even with the scripts for those videos.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, you do have to tweak it yourself, enter your own tone, your own style, and but it's great for ideas. Yeah,
it's really interesting, because a number of people that both Bill and I chat to about ChatGPT, I started playing with it back in November last year. There's still a fear of it. There's still this. I'm amazed more businesses haven't embraced it and are playing. Well, you've obviously embraced it because it helps make your business more efficient. So.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, there is a question who you can share some ideas that you don't want to share. You don't know who is reading, so and how can be accessed. So yeah, there is an issue there. Yeah,
but it's interesting that you're using it though. We've spoken to a couple of real estate agents that use ChatGPT to help their copywriting.
Yeah,
and what they've ended up with is no copywriters now, because how many ways can you sell a 3-bedroom house with pool? it's just that constant updating and refreshing. But
Yeah.
you're obviously doing it to do a really structured plan and scripts and
That's right. I'm not big on scripts. I usually use it or maybe outline.
Yep.
So because you know my style is
Yeah.
interview style, Bill,
Yeah.
and when we are doing your testimonial, people look more relaxed and authentic, and those videos are much better than when you go script, because people are not professional presenters,
Yep.
you know. So
Well, imagine if we tried to use AI for this, Mark, because we've never scripted. In fact, I've had one person say he wouldn't come on our podcast because I couldn't give him a script,
Yeah.
or I couldn't give him. Another one said, "Well, I'd need a list of questions." Sorry, that's not our style.
not our style.
We just want to have a conversation and talk about you. Yeah.
that's
So,
right.
Neil, people wanting to use your services, how do they find you?
The website is videovault.com.au, and that's our own property, and they can go there, find all the information they need. They can find the phone number there, email, or YouTube channel, because with us, with video people, it's easy. The proof is in the pudding, you know. So
That's true. That's true. And if I'm sitting there as a business thinking, how can I use video? I would suggest they reach out and have a conversation with you is probably the starting point.
absolutely, yeah. We'll have a video marketing discovery session, no obligation, and we give you some ideas where to start, how you can use it in your business, we start from there.
Well, Mark, when Mio produced those 3 videos for myself, we did a full day's videoing in a conference room, didn't we? To get my 3 segments out, which were about family business.
Yes.
And then he went down to Ocean Grove and interviewed you for a testimonial.
Yep.
Then he came to our monthly network meeting with our private group, and you filmed all that. So there's a lot goes into it. You don't realise it's just not a matter of sitting in front of a camera and shooting something, and then you obviously went back and did your editing and everything else. So those 3 short videos took quite an amount of time to get to a conclusion.
Yes, that's right. And I like to compare it to a layered cake. You know, the more layers it is, the better cake is. And we shoot with 2 cameras interview, so there's 2 basic layers. And then it's what we call the B-roll. That's, your meetings, a testimonial, and you in action, presenting. And so that goes on top as another layer. Then it's... we might go and get into your hobbies and your personality, and that's another layer. And then it's the graphics, and it goes a lot into that. Yeah,
It's a lot of work, isn't it?
You don't realise until you actually get involved with it.
yeah.
So, Mia, thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck with your projects. Oh, one quick question. Yeah. Where's the future of video? What's the next thing that's exciting you in terms of what's happening in your industry?
There was a question where it was like 10 years ago, and I said, and the future of video and internet TV is a convergence into one. So you will be, as we are now, accessing both YouTube, internet, TV, and everything from one box. So, and it is still the main game is there. From the old media, only probably the TV survived and still flourishing, because it's all in the content. So they're all competing. Who is going to produce Netflix? Add to that. Who is producing the interesting enough, quality enough content that you can put advertisements on that? So that's the whole story. You know, whether you watch TV, a program, Attenborough, or sports, or you watch something on Netflix, on YouTube, the ads are there. You know, so this is Facebook, same, all of them.
Interesting. So, Mia, thank you. Good luck with your projects coming up.
Thanks.
And good luck with the Geelong Small Business Festival. When's your session?
My session is on the 2nd of August, which is Wednesday night, 5:30 to 7:30. And you will share this video, you know, today
we will.
We produced a little
we will,
video,
because by the time this actually goes on the podcast, the second has passed us by.
That's right.
We will take this. We'll take today's session and we'll share it. Mio, thank you. Thank you for coming along, and it's great to talk to you.
Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Thank you.